Good morning, everybody. I welcome you to the Pulaski County Fiscal Court. Good-looking group today with us. As is customary, we like to open up all of our court meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, and today I've asked Mr. Dennis Floyd, wherever he is, if you'd be kind enough to open us up in the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's all stand.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda will be the approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. You've all received a copy of those. Any questions or changes that need to be made? Not, we'll take a motion to accept them.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda then will be our old business, and we have today opening of sealed bids for Homeland Security grants. And you've got those, Martin?
I have. Looks like they were all to be submitted by 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, January 10th, and I've looked at all the date stamps on them, and they all meet that requirement. This bid is from B3 Electric in Russellville, Kentucky. $88,294.13. The next one is from Schiller Hardware in Lexington, Kentucky. Got a Moby Dick here.
It's on the ninth page.
$88,806.30. $88,806.30. Alliant Integrators. $61,341.74. $61,341.74. 61.
What was the name on that one?
Alliant Integrators, is that it?
Alliant
Integrators.
Silent Guard Security. $40,825. That looks like all of them.
We have a motion to accept these bids for review.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Dan, could I have you, and is Leslie still with us? Leslie and maybe Tiger, would you, your last official act of business, would you go back in this committee and help look at these, make sure they meet the bid specs, please?
That's nice.
Dan, we'll go back with him.
I don't know.
Okay, next item on the agenda then will be our new business, county clerk. Like, Linda, would you like to address your salary cap here?
Yes, I'd like to ask the court to approve our
Gotta come to the microphone.
Yes, I'd like to ask the court's approval on our salary cap for the year of 17. It was inadvertently left off of our budget that was approved on December 13th. So if you will, I'd just like to ask for that approval, please.
Second. Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And next item, then, we have the presentation of our sheriff's budget. You come forward here, Sheriff.
Can you all hear me? I need both hands. First, I'd like a motion to accept the 2017 budget as a whole in a total of $3,169,950.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on this budget? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, and second, I'd like a motion to accept maximum salaries for the deputies and clerks at $2,771,040 or $400 for the fiscal year of 2017.
Calendar.
Calendar, excuse me, calendar year.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And thirdly, I have a check for $100,000 to remit to the county's general fund for excess fees from the sheriff's
Greg.
office.
My hand's out first.
And, after we get all counts reconciled, I anticipate we'll have, this is a rough estimate, but, $80,000 and a few pennies extra to remit here in the next upcoming weeks, so,
Good.
Thank you, job well done.
thank you. Any questions?
Need a motion to accept.
Motion to accept the check.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And also, I would like to, I guess, make an announcement that the fiscal court, of course, last year included in their budget the addition of 2 new deputies, and those deputies are finally getting to start the academy the 15th of this month. So that will bring our manpower up to what I think is where we need to be. So thank you all very much for that help.
You, Sheriff.
So that was already.
Next item on the agenda then pertains to our Pulaski County Park. We were wanting to redefine the positions out there. We've got the park maintenance and caretaker, which is a seasonal position. We have the store and events manager, which is also a seasonal position, and a courtesy camper, which is a seasonal position. And basically, we just redefined these to include more specific examples of the duties that should be performed in each position here. Last year, I think there was some question about who was performing what duties, so we spelled that out more clearly in these position descriptions. So I'd like to have a motion, if we could, to accept those changes.
Motion.
Second.
Second, you have any further discussion? How did you do those individually, Marlon? I'm sorry.
Steve, are we looking at this as a full-time job out there at the park, or?
They're all seasonal. These are all seasonal positions.
Same
They're
thing we done
existing
last year.
positions. We're just redefining the duties more specifically. The monies is no new monies. It's already what we were paying last year. We're just trying to give them more description of what they're expected to do. We had a couple times last year where they were pointing fingers saying that, it wasn't my place to do that, so we're just trying to spell that out for them better.
The person on the list is the job where they stay there, camp, right, for their salary?
First one you're talking about,
The courtesy camper.
the courtesy camper will be, Jimmy, what we've done there is we've traded a campsite for somebody that's there all weekend long and all holidays there to make sure that the shelters are clean, the bathrooms are clean, just do spot checks, and if there's any issues that come up, they're on site there to help assist us. But they will actually answer to the park maintenance and caretaker, and also to the maintenance director here at our court, and deputy, and myself. But it takes a big team to get that going all summer long, and I think you've done a great job this year. But anyway, we've got a motion here in a second to accept those. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Then with that done, the next thing I'd like to do is request permission to advertise to fill our positions for the coming year. So I need a motion to do that.
That's to advertise for these
Yeah, just
three.
in the newspaper, we have to get your permission to put an ad in the newspaper.
Got a motion? Jason?
Motion to do it.
Motion,
Second.
second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, all right. Then the next item on the agenda is a issue that we've had to deal with here the last few weeks. It's dealing with our emergency management position, or director position. And at the, according to the bylaws of the fire commission, they are required to screen candidates and make recommendations for fire coordinator. And they have done that, and they have submitted the name Stacy Halcomb as their choice to be the fire coordinator for the fire commission. And traditionally, we've had the position is fire coordinator and emergency management director. And at their recommendation, I'd like to go ahead and recommend Stacy Halcomb to fill this position.
To fill both positions, just like Tiger is today.
Yes, sir.
Motion.
Are you- Question is the third position, it's the safety, public safety director. It's sort of like the umbrella, Tiger. It's an umbrella that kind of wraps everything together. So it's not actually a paid position in itself, but it's
Three.
it's basically the coordinator and emergency management director is what we're trying to.
Emergency management too.
I think probably what you need to do, since the bylaws require you to fill this one position, is vote on that, and then vote on filling safety director and public safety director and the other position with the same, I mean, you're gonna, the motion, I think, it now is to Stacy.
So three separate.
Yeah, I think you need, since this one's required by the bylaws, I would feel more comfortable if the minutes reflect it specifically, then y'all come back and
Okay.
make a recommendation.
Stacy, are you willing to assume all three of those positions?
Yes.
Okay. Fine, let's do it that way then.
First motion would be
Motion
for a
for
motion for
Harsh.
Stacy to be the fire coordinator.
Right.
We have a motion, and somebody make a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, then the second motion then would be for Stacy to be named emergency management director
And public safety. I think you do
all at
those
once,
in one.
and public
them
safety
together.
coordinator.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion?
Does he have to swear him in for that, or do you have to?
Yes. You want to do that today?
When
Just
just,
do it later.
2 weeks.
when's it going down, Tiger?
He's gonna have to put in a notice.
When are you leaving?
When are you officially leaving? When's your last day?
I think right before next court meeting.
So it has to be done before next court meeting. You have to be sworn in?
Yeah, you can take care of that between now and then.
Be in court, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Stacy.
Or condolences.
I'll just go ahead and say we're very, very pleased with all of our fire departments and the volunteer efforts especially. We couldn't do it without our volunteers. And I know this is a big decision, and it's one that was not taken lightly, and with a lot of discussion and a lot of thought went into this, but we're proud to name you, and let's move forward. And my plea is that we'll all just continue to provide that same level of sacrifice and service to our county that we've always have, because without you guys and girls, we couldn't do it. So thank you.
You got big shoes to fill, too. Tiger got a big old foot.
Support of the court guys, we couldn't do it without you guys, it's a team effort. It goes back both ways, we all work together, we do great things.
We're gonna miss you, Todd.
I still live here in Canton.
All right, well, the next item in the new business would be our road additions and removals, and I think this is the last round that voted on that we're allowed to come in as non-conforming. So we have a few here to vote on. First one would be Boss Burkett Road. Dan, you actually were present for the road hearings. Would you like to present these roads? Do you need, let me let you do that.
I don't either.
I don't have. These were the roads prior to us changing our ordinance and not taking in any more non-conforming. The first one is Boss Burkett Road.
We need to do them one at a time.
Yeah. And there was, no one was opposed, so recommend that we take in Boss Burkett Road.
That was yours, right, Jason?
Yep. Motion.
Motion, second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Now, the second one was a conforming road, but they actually were requested to be taken out of our county maintenance road. And that's Allen Jones Road.
Motion.
It's a chip and seal road, but they're asking us to take it out of county road maintenance. Brian and Jordan, you need to take note of that. It's right at almost a half a mile.
Who requested that?
Just one house
T.J.
on it,
Blanton?
isn't it?
Yes.
We've got a motion by Mr. Wielden.
Just one house on it, right?
Yes.
Second.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor?
No.
Aye. Any opposed?
The next one is Dixie Tower Road. To be taken in as a non-conforming road.
Motion.
Second, and I hope you can find it.
Motion and a second.
We looked everywhere.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The next one is Lake Drive, the non-conforming road. Okay. That's for Lake Drive.
Motion to take it.
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor?
No.
Any opposed?
The next one is that,
John Drive.
it's John Drive, but is it Jasper John Drive too?
No.
Okay, that's a non-conforming road, John Drive.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right, brings us into our department reports, and the sheriff has already given his report. Is our jailer with us today? I didn't see you. Coroner had a funeral today. Linda, do you have anything further you needed to report? Tiger, anything from your office?
Guys, the SRT at a court meeting a couple weeks ago, or our commission meeting a couple months ago, asked me to surplus a SRT-4, which is a beverage body international truck. I need permission to surplus that to sale.
Motion.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay.
Second thing, guys, several years ago, we bought a side scan sonar for the rescue squad to be able to find bodies and stuff out in the lake. There is a underwater robot that goes along with this outfit that we would like to purchase. It has the capability of going down below 200 feet, which we don't have but one diver that can do there on the squad at this time, so we're asking permission to bid for this. We've got an opportunity to get half of it paid for through EN, and the rescue squad said they would pay the other half. The county would just be taking care of the bid process, and kind of a pass-through on that.
Motion to
Motion to
on that.
bid. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. All right. Next then will be road department.
The only thing that I have at this time is your approval on your road work request.
Motion.
Motion and a second to approve the road work request. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I want to say good job on Friday. That was a good, I'll say it's a test run for some of our new equipment and our new Geotab system that we've got there. And I think some of our we had 4 or 5 new employees that hadn't been through a snow before, so it was a light enough snow where they could get in and get practice, and then you guys did an excellent job and got good reports. I talked to most of the magistrates, I believe, and everything went pretty well in your districts.
Great. Good job, guys. I
So,
told you that this morning, but I'll tell you again.
So we're ready for the big ones now, right? Bring on the big snow, right?
Pass.
Pass. All right. Well, anyway, good job taking care of that. Appreciate it. Danny, you had something from solid waste today? Did I skip 911? I'm sorry. I'll come back.
You want to go to him first?
Go ahead since I've got you up.
Okay. First off, I'd like to request a new job position at the recycling center, recycling line supervisor and assistant floor supervisor. This will help us with supervising our employees that are up on our recycle sort line.
Motion.
This will be paid for by the
109
board.
You have a motion?
Motion. Debbie Helton, you're looking at putting that job, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Nah.
Any opposed? Okay.
And second goes to that position. I'd like to recommend Debbie Helton to be promoted from skilled labor to the new recycle line supervisor on Monday, this upcoming Monday.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
And next I have, when Lorna Haynes was put over at the recycling center, she was labeled skilled labor secretary. She's never performed any secretary duties, so I'd like to just make her job title skilled labor and take off the secretary off her job title.
Does that affect her pay in any way?
It'll bump her up just a little bit in her pay.
As long as it don't go down.
Yeah, it goes up. It doesn't go down. The secretary's holding her down
Okay.
from going up to where she could get her last pay raise.
Motion. Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Last thing, just to report what the solid waste department did last year. We cleaned 2,478 miles, collected 12,720 bags of garbage off the roadways, cleaned up 25 illegal dumps. As far as recycling, we recycled 6,872,073 pounds. That's a little over 3,436 tons. That was up about 88,000 from 2015. Brings our total since we've opened up the recycling center to 39,462,126 pounds. So that's how much waste we've diverted from the landfill since the recycling center has been opened.
Good job, appreciate that. I just want to say, I saw one of your videos too that you had, I guess you've done to promote the recycle center. That's floating around out there, so if y'all see the video, share that if you're on social media. We want people to buy into this idea of recycling in our county. I think we're the leader in our region for sure, you know, and probably statewide. I'd put us up against anybody, but there's always room to improve, and we're doing that. So
Andy, would it be a possibility to get 2 of those dumpsters, or, I mean, I fill mine up just right off the bat.
I think in the upcoming future, we're looking at twice a month pickup.
Okay. I mean, I don't care to pay for it, or,
Yeah, they'll reach you another dumpster, but our contract's coming up with Waste Connections, so I think that's something we'll look at, do it twice a month. We'll talk about with that.
okay.
thank you, Danny. And then we'll back up and go to 911. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip you, Aaron.
I don't have anything to say.
That's why I skipped you. Adam, animal shelter. Right, well, let's come to community development. Tiffany, are you way over there? Hey, let me, before you report, I just want to say thank you, Tiffany. She's been with us now 10 years on the 15th, and she's taken another opportunity, and just want to say thank you for all you've done for Pulaski County. You're always positive about everything going on. You're a great face for our government and our county, and very talented, and you're going to be missed. But I'm glad that you get to further your career and take another opportunity.
Do I stand over here? I just wanted to thank you all for letting me serve my community for the last 10 years. I have loved every minute of it, almost every minute of it. There's probably a few minutes that was maybe the worst time in my life, but most of it was the best time in my life. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it's not lost on me that the person I am today is because of the opportunities you guys gave me, and I'm really going to miss it, and I'm going to cry now. So thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Brings us to our treasurer. Joan, you have
I have some stuff.
stuff for us?
I think the first thing I have would be the monthly bill list. And if you'll notice also, on your desk, there is one other invoice that was inadvertently left off. It was our fault, so we went ahead and put it on.
So we need 2 separate motions on that? or-
Please.
You got a copy of the bill list? What would be your pleasure?
Motion.
Motion to accept the bill list?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
Aye.
We have a split. Let's go ahead and have a roll call if we could, please.
Wilson? Wilson?
Turpin,
No.
Weldon,
Yes.
Maxey,
Yes.
Crouch.
You're the only reason I'm voting yes, because you answered a bunch of questions this morning.
That's what I'm here for.
Motion carried. Okay. Then we have, the second request then was to pay this invoice for the one that was inadvertently omitted for Wamco. A motion?
What's that for? Is that for some blacktopping or something, Jay?
Yeah.
Hot
that-
mix?
For Knights Lane, that's, at Jimmy's district, is it backside of Eagle's Nest? Is that what that is?
It's actually my district. That's why I was.
That's yours? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where they had there's a few spots up going up that hill,
Uh-huh.
they had.
Yeah. Did we do them or did they do them?
Wamco did that. I want to pay it. And we'd like a motion.
Motion.
You make a motion? Have a second?
What do you do for this if it?
I'll check with DLG to see what we need to do,
I mean,
how to proceed from this.
this is $15,000 that was spent in my district that I don't even know anything about or,
I understand.
you know, I mean,
We'll let that die for lack of a second.
All right, the next thing I have is the monthly bank reconciliations.
Got a copy of your reconciliation there? What would be your pleasure?
motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Anything else, Jim?
Yes, the last thing I have would be a first reading of a budget amendment, which it is an ordinance, so we do have to have two readings, so this would be the first. And this is to amend the budget to recognize unbudgeted receipts, which that's a good thing, in the amount of $2,264,740.
Motion to accept that?
Motion for the first reading. Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
I'll
Motion
get that
carries.
advertised, and we'll have the second reading at the next court meeting, hopefully. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
All right, then, let's see, I've got, budget committee has come back and this, has recommended that we accept the bid from Silent Guard in the amount of $40,825.
Motion to accept it.
Contingent, now this will be accepted contingent upon FEMA approval.
Right.
We've got a motion,
Motion second upon FEMA approval.
motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. And I've got one final thing. I've got a board appointment to the Lake Cumberland Area Development District. This is actually, this appointment requires the court and also our 5 mayors from our other cities here in the county. Mac Butler, his term has expired, and we need to appoint somebody to finish out a two years to complete a 3-year term. And I'm gonna recommend, Chris Lackey to fill that position.
Who was the recommendation?
Chris Lackey, he's a young man in our business community here that, is becoming very active in what's going on in our county. I think you make a good representative and be able to show up to all these meetings and represent us there.
Motion.
Your motion, Jason?
Second.
Second by Glenn. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. And that's still subject to the other mayors in the county signing off on that. All right, and then I've got one letter to read. We don't get these very often, and gentleman asked me if I would read this, and since it's a good positive and a praise, I wanna read it to you. This is from Fred Nykirk, attorney at law. And it says, "Dear Judge Kelly, it's not often that you or your magistrates get a thank you for your efforts. By this letter, which I hope you will read to the court in open session, I would like to thank my magistrate, Jimmy Wielden, and Jordan Harris and his work crew from the county road department for fixing a water problem that the county had created in front of my property about 15 years ago. I took care of it myself until I've become physically unable to do so. I told Magistrate Wielden, and within a couple of weeks, he, Jordan, and the crew from the road department had solved my problem. Thank you, Magistrate Jimmy Wielden, Jordan Harris, and the crew from the road department for a job well done. Respectfully, Fred Nykirk." So, we do I know a lot of you guys are out there working, and I see your work and your progress, and it's a shame that you don't get more of these, but I know all of y'all do work, and I see it every day, so thank you all for what you do. I don't think the citizens' comments, so is the next section, I think they called and said they would not be here, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we don't have anything further. With that, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion, we have a second? All in favor?